the president is secure and will not face any significant threat to his life in this term. Some very vocal opposition leaders, God said they will go below silence before the election. So they'll not just be silent, they will go below silence. The threat against them is higher and heavier, God said. And so the failure of His Excellency the President is when he is not as sensitive about the heavenly calling and why God placed him there. When God placed him there, he has an agenda. He has an agenda with him being in power at such a time as now. And I will tell you this. Even though politically, as I told you, he may not need the church now as much as he needed the church in 2022. People that are naive may think, no, you see, we are the ones who put you in power. We don't feel like we can, place you in power again. No, we gave him a position that he can utilize to get elected with or without us. This is God's agenda for him. It is so important because if he fails in God's agenda, then he will drag the nation, the spiritual part of the nation, behind many years. It will require, many years of preparation for another that will come and understand the agenda of God in their generation. So we require to see grace coming upon him. I was asking God, so what should we do? And the Lord said, pray for him. Pray for him because there are many competing forces. There are many competing forces. Our Muslim brothers are, they are focused. They have their eyes on the ball. They know what they want. They know the placement that they negotiated for. And those that may not understand will think that things are just flowing. No. There is an agenda. Remember, the church in Kenya is earmarked by God as his instrument of a greater revival in the end times. And that church must have people that have political muscles standing for them and making it easier for them to spread the gospel, making it easier for them to carry the message of the cross from one point to another. At the same time, the spread of that gospel will require economic power, muscles. It will require money. It will require facilities that will make it easier for the gospel to move faster across the nation and also beyond the nation. So it is so important. It is very, very important to be able, to understand where we find ourselves at such a time as now. And I want to encourage every intercessor in Kenya, pray for His Excellency the President, so that he may have clarity of mind concerning the assignment. Silently, others drive an agenda, and he can do the same. Silently, he can drive the revival agenda. He may not be very vocal about it, but he can empower those that are doing it silently and make sure that the gospel of the kingdom is preached across the nation. It may give him some little mileage when it comes to 2027, but it will give him spiritual mileage that he cannot afford not to have. It is so important, and the Lord spoke to me this evening, and I felt it is good, especially for every intercessor in Kenya, to know how to pray. This agenda is directly being fought by powers of darkness, by former leaders and current leaders, because they would want to have another power in power. They would like to have another power in power. Now, the Church of Jesus Christ in Kenya should understand that God has given us the president to spearhead the doorway, to pave way, to be like a pathfinder for the church, so that there is space ahead of where we are going. He is like moving and making way for the gospel to come.